Even if you let them kill your dreams, it'll haunt you, nigga, haunt you. You know? Cause I ain't leaving alone. Feel like I could be on this plane. We both know that we're grown. That's why I wanna know. How many drinks would it take you to leave with me? Yeah, you look good and I got money, but I don't wanna waste my time. Hi. Welcome to my bubble, where we do a little bit of adulting, a little bit of healing, and a little bit of creating. So, the day has finally come, guys. We finally made it. I only talked about it at the beginning of Vlogmas, and now it's the end of January. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're here now. Book club. Let's get book club meeting number 1 underway. So, our first book club meeting is on Letters to a Starseed by Rebecca Campbell. The full title is Letters to a Starseed, Messages and Activations for Remembering Who You Are and Why You Came Here by Rebecca Campbell. You know, just a little bit about me. I had a very, very, very short phase of reading in my childhood. And then it just, you know, something just, once books got too thick, I was like, yeah, no, that's not it. It's not it. It's not giving that. But I have made the decision to step back into reading. That's why book club is now a thing. Join book club. Join my virtual book club. Subscribe. Duh, those will only be monthly. Anyway, yeah, but I've made the decision I'm going to get back into reading, and I have tried multiple times to get back into reading, and it has not gone well. But, you know, accountability. If I do it on camera, I have to be held accountable for it. Monthly book club. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna read the back for you. The top says, unlock the mystery of who you are as a soul and plant yourself here. Sorry if you can hear the heat coming on. Letters to a Starseed asks the biggest questions that mystics and philosophers through the ages have been asking. What is the soul? Where did it originate? And why have we chosen to come here at this time? As a planet, we are waking up to the fact that the ancient prophecies and warnings of the elders are no longer predictions. We are living them right now. And we all have a role to play. Part guide, part activation, and part encouragement, this deeply soulful book illuminates the connection between our souls, the earth, and the cosmos, and will encourage you to fully embrace and commit to your human experience. Letters to a Starseed by Rebecca Campbell. So yeah, that's the title, author. Let's do it like a book report. Title, author, blurb. Let's do a little summary about the book. The book, it's broken down into 3 parts. It's really not, but like it is. Broken into 3 parts. Part 1 is the explanation of, like, gives you what is a soul, what does it mean for awakenings, what are soul missions, what it means to have a soul family and to be part of a soul family. To awaken your inner starseed, there are prompts and inquiries and just, you know, things to get you thinking, and just activations, kind of like affirmations that you can say, but if you know, you know. That's part 1. Part 2 is titled Why Did You Come? And from part 2 I got, you know, after reading part 2, I know my purpose, and I have always felt my purpose. I always have. Even if you let them kill your dreams, it'll haunt you, nigga, haunt you. You know? Comment down below if you know that's all. I'm not gonna drop no hints. I'm just gonna throw it out there like that. And it's like, we try to block off human experiences. Like, I'm very guarded. I always have been, and I have / know my reasons for why I'm a guarded being / emotional being. We're not even gonna get into that today. This is healing related to the book, not Therapy Thursday, you know? We try to block out our emotions. In part 2, there were quotes like, be open to being rewoven, and change is our natural state. And that really blew my mind, because like, change really is change is the only thing that it's for sure. You age as you get older. That comes with many, many, many different changes through the different phases of life. School, you're constantly changing schools. Daycares, if you go to daycare or you don't, you leave that as you get older. Then you go to elementary school, then you're there for a certain amount of time, then you leave. Then you go to middle school, you're there for a certain amount of time, then you leave. High school, college, and then life. Like, change is, no matter what, change is our natural state. That blew my mind. I've learned that I have come here, and I have chosen to be here now because I've come to make others feel seen and feel worthy. Like, and I'm gonna do that through my creativity, my purpose. And I have come here because I've made the decision that I am going to help other people feel worthy and feel seen. That's why I came. That's what I learned from part 2. And then part 3 is entitled Plant Yourself Here. And it's just, it just wraps everything together perfectly. And it teaches you how to accept all that it means to be human, and accept that you have made the decision that you were going to come here now and be human at this very time. Which is crazy, but you know, free will, there's always a choice. You made the choice to be here now, so be here now. That's actually what all of part 3 is about. In official book club style, we have a few questions. We're gonna do 5 questions. Every book club, we're gonna answer these 5 questions about the book. Ready? Question number 1. Were there any quotes or passages that stood out to you, and why? Which is crazy because y'all know, if you've been watching my other videos, that I have been mentioning book club for quite some time. So I was supposed to do it forever ago, and I had wrote some notes down forever ago, and I wrote down like a little section. I was like, you know what? They need to hear this, which is crazy because I literally just picked these questions 5 minutes ago. There's no such thing as coincidences. If you have the book, Letters to a Starseed, pages 118 and 119. On questioning everything. The biggest challenges are designed at first to separate you from your faith. Let them. Don't judge yourself when you question it all. When you doubt your beliefs, your devotion, your God, goddess, your entire existence. It is in these times that we're meant to question everything. It doesn't matter how long you stay, how much you ignore your faith, how tightly you close your heart, how long you dwell in your separateness. Each challenge is an opportunity to deepen. But first we must retract, come up to the surface before diving once more to the depths. Eventually you will return to the pearls, waiting for you even deeper than before. Weight of the World, page 119. You are not personally responsible for the way the world is. You don't need to personally carry what you didn't create, even if you're here to change it. Especially if you're here to change it. And we're all here to change it. Crazy. That just right? If we're truly to do the necessary work of change in these times, we must prioritize our well-being. Put your body first so that you can do this work for a lifetime, not a season. If you're looking for permission to put yourself first, let this be it. You're no good to anyone if you're running on empty and in a state of overwhelm and inaction. Which, pause, what? If you've been watching my other spiritual videos or watching my other videos, period, and hearing me mention like being in my Ace of Cups energy and being in my like filling my cup up before I fill others' cup, okay, you know? In these changing times, it's hard not to feel overwhelmed by the state of the planet or by the unending list of systems and ways of being and tragedies to mend and fix. However, you can't take on the planet's problems from a place of energetic depletion day after day after day and expect our human body to be okay. Rest is necessary and looking after yourself is important. Planet Earth has its seasons and your body is the earth. You must honor the seasons of your body if you're to stay on the path year after year after year. It's not possible to be in full bloom all year round. Give into your inner winter so that new seeds can come in. Let those seeds bud and bloom, blossom and fruit. Allow other voices to carry while you recover and rest, for they too will need to surrender to their own winter when the buds within you are once more ready to emerge and then bear fruit. That was it for me. That section, I was like, yeah. Granted, and that's just 2 pages. Like, that's just 2 pages, you know? This book has 200, not including the acknowledgments, there's 218. This was only halfway through the book. Crazy, right? It just like, you know, I was like, okay, divine timing. Like, everything, like, there's no such thing as coincidences. There's no such thing. Everything in its own divine timing. And if there's a greater reference to divine timing, I feel like, on page 135. It's called Trust the Timing of Your Life. Also great section. Sections on divine timing, basically, is what I got. But you have to read it. You have to at least read part 1 to even understand what they're talking about in part 2. Right before Plant Yourself Here, let's read the Starseed Activation. I surrender to my role as an alchemist. I lean into the uncomfortable and open my heart when I most want to close. I heal what I'm here to heal. I face what I'm here to face. I embrace what I'm here to embrace. I take my place as an ancestor of times to change. I welcome the shadows in order to transform past wounds into gold. I embrace the seasons of my life. I commit to being here in matter. I call my soul all the way in, from my fingertips to my toes. And then the 3rd section is called Plant Yourself Here. You know, it just, it was what I needed to hear. It was confirmation, but also like what I needed to hear at the time that I read it, you know? Question number 2. That was a very, very long-winded answer, but that's the book. Question number 2. How did the book make you feel? What emotions did it evoke? I'm not gonna lie, soul work and healing and all those kinds of things is very emotional, and the universe gonna snatch you by the back of your neck sometimes, or at least just tug on them a little bit just to make you tear up. I cried a few times just because, when you hear the things that you've always known and it's like confirmed what you believe but you have taught yourself not to believe, it's just like it's like a subtle, you can do it, and it's emotional sometimes. Cried a few times, got excited. I was intrigued a lot of the time when I was learning about like soul families and being empaths and learning about like clairvoyance, clair sentience, and just, all those kinds of things. It's a great read. You learn a lot. I learned a lot. 3. Have any of your personal views changed after reading the book? If so, why? Oh, if so, how? Personal, yes. Not so much changed as much as evolved. Because I'm working on perspective right now. I'm trying to release the limitations of my perspective. And it just, in teaching, in Plant Yourself Here, and understanding how/why to accept life/the human experience. Accepting it depends on the perspective you look at it with. So yes, it's evolved my beliefs. 4. What was your favorite chapter and why? not going to pick a favorite chapter only because of how the book is broken up. I'm going to pick a favorite part. All the Ashamic records and the... I might be a shaman. That's really moral of my story. I might be a shaman, and this book taught me that. I'd recommend you read it. I think my favorite part, I think I'm gonna pick part 2. Why did you come? Because there was so much up and down reading all of that, and it was fun, it was sad, it was informative. Part 2 is my favorite. 5, last question. Was the book satisfying to read? Why or why not? Yes, it was, aside from all the emotional stuff. I like they played with font and with like the structure of the pages very well, like you saw before. Oh, very important detail that I don't know how I didn't mention till just now. Being that I had a problem getting back into reading, and I just can't, like, reading always put me to sleep. In school, I would hate having to do book reports because every time I would read, I would go to sleep, and it's like I can't do the book report if I keep falling asleep reading the damn book. Book reports are why I learned how to start finessing. Also how I learned school is a scam, but because I started finessing all those assignments. They played with fonts and they played with just different visual aspects as you're reading. So yes, I did enjoy. I enjoyed very much. It was a satisfying read. I would read it again. I would recommend you guys read it. Not only just so you can take part in my book club and talk to me back, but also just because learn some stuff about yourself. Open your mind up to some new things. If you made it to the end of the video and you don't know me, hi. My name is Naori. Stick around. You love it here. Duh. Embrace being a star. Subscribe. Follow on my socials. Next month, since it is Black History Month, we are reading If You Know. Oh, okay. Let me explain. Book club is going to be the first Friday of every month. Monthly book club. So, next month's book club, first Friday in March, we're going to be discussing Ta-Nehisi Coates. Ta-Nehisi Coates. Between the World and Me. See now, freshman year of college, my fall semester, my first English class, we read an excerpt from this book. We read like a little passage. I don't know if it might not have been fall semester. Either year, freshman year of college, I had the same English professor both semesters. And in one of the semesters, we read an excerpt from this book. And we were just having a discussion about it in class. And I was like, nah, I need to read this whole book. This being years into not being a reader anymore. And I was like, nah, I need to read this whole book. 4 years later, I'm about to read the book. So, I will catch y'all at the very least, even though you should subscribe and watch all of my videos and stick with me, because you know I post every Tuesday and Friday, just in case you didn't know. I will, at the bare minimum, see you next month for our next book club meeting. Talk to me about the book. Don't be lame. I'll see you on my next video. Bye. I'd rather